My name is Nigel Schultz. What should I say? I'm a Caribbean man. I think I'm a Caribbean man. I studied at the University of the West Indies. That's where I did my master's in public sector management. Before that, I have my bachelor's degree from Andrews University from the United States, after which I decided, after the teachers told me I wouldn't be nothing much, I decided to study to become a guidance counselor. So as a guidance counselor, I realized there were upward mobility. So that's why I studied my master's in public sector management to be the head of the guidance unit in Trinidad and Tobago. As a result, a friend of mine brought a few St. Martiners to Trinidad, and I took one wine, and that's the reason why I'm here. So now I'm a part of St. Martin. Then a few months after, Dr. J interviewed me for a social worker job, and she immediately hired me. After which, Ministry of MLC, Ms. Lally Center, interviewed me as well a few years after, and now I'm the pedagogic. The truth is, I really studied because I was admiring one of my cousins, and he told me, Nigel, do you want girlfriends? Do you want women? And I told him no. He said, you lie. And he said, study. And since that day, I'm studying. Up to this day, I'm studying. So I enjoy meeting people. I see the minister is here. I'm a very simple guy. And I didn't know that until I realized when you study more, that's when you're supposed to get simpler. So the funny part is I'm a pedagogic in MLC, and the ministers and all the policy makers, they don't know I have my master's in public sector management in terms of making policies, assessing, implementing, a lot of collaborating, and also I can even give recommendations. But quietly I sit down with them, and just the other day I just blew out one of them. Blow out in Trinidad terms mean you just pull them up. Because he asked the question, what can I do for MLC? And then everybody talking, and then they say, Nigel, you don't want to tell the man the truth? And then I said, respectfully, as a policymaker, you should know what policy has you changed for the past 3 to 4 years and how effective it was. And if you can't tell me you changed any policy, then why ask us? And why are you in the job? Well, when he heard that, he started shaking his head because you're asking us, what can you do for MLC? And you're a policymaker. Excuse me? What have you done for MLC? And this is, I wanted to ask a lot of them who are in position, what have you done in the position that you're in to make that change? And don't forget, whatever change you want to see, it starts with you. So I'm looking forward to meeting the class. And by the way, we have lots of energetic things to do.
I would take from what you just said that you're short term. plan is
is to
to
move out.
get out of Phillipsburg. Why?
It's the classrooms are very small. It limits you then to how many students you can have.
Okay.
You cannot grow. So for the past few years being in that space, you can grow. And actually, based on the challenges that they've recently faced, there's even a lower enrollment than usual. So there's a lot of, like you say, winning back of the hearts of persons. A lot of people see the school at this point as a second opportunity for their children because they have an opportunity to still go to an academic school. We had auditions. The children were quite talented, but I know we have even more talented students out there. So I'm hoping that with people seeing me there, knowing what I stand for, that they will gain the confidence in the school and come back. Some have left in the interim, come back. We really want to gear the curriculum to not just have dance classes and drama classes and music classes, but to also get more extra in those areas, as well as extra in the reading. The Dutch, especially, is not very high, and math island wide seems to be a problem. So we're going to be doing a lot of extra in the afternoons. And so with for that, I would also need more funding, of course. So I'll be coming out to the business community. I don't know if you remember back when I was minister, 2015 to 2018, we had something called Education on the Move. So I pushed that as minister, and I'll be pushing it now as director of CBA in terms of business people. The youth are our future, but it's what you do today. So I'm looking for the investments to be able to offer the students the extra classes so that they get a wider range of practical training if they're musicians in their instrument of choice, whether it's voice or woodwinds or piano, and if it's dance, the different genres of dance, so that they can create a nice portfolio, so that the students who so I want to use existing dance schools, for instance, to create those SLAs so that our students have the opportunity to get the extra classes. That's what helped to make me.
Okay.
Getting the opportunity to dance several times a week.
Yeah.
So separate from classes that are related to school, to really learn all the genres of dance and really be well-rounded in that area.
Okay. It has been said that there is an ongoing identity struggle of the school.
In what sense?
Um, some don't know if they really belong there. Talk
If
to
we
us.
belong on St. Martin, that has the most diverse education system in the world.
Yeah, it is being said out there. Children they're not quite sure. Do you feel that there is an identity struggle or crisis when it comes
Well,
to
I just
Charlotte
got
Brookston?
there, so I'd have to be there a while to know if that's really the case and who's having that identity struggle. I think maybe the ministry at a certain point, which is why they forced them into the CXC, had that our law says this, so you have to fit, and this resembles HAVO, and we recognize it already. But even CXC isn't recognizing our law, really. But it's close enough to the HAVO that we can acknowledge its level. Where I find we missed the boat is that we should have established our own high school norms and worked towards that. So we're no longer in 2018, 2008, or 1998, or let's go even further back when I was in school. So a lot has changed. Education is at your fingertips, and especially during the pandemic, we learned we can learn at home, but it's not the best way to learn. You need that social interaction. You need to be with people. You need to, for your own development, especially the youth. So we just need to adapt, I feel. Charlotte Brookson may not fit into the norm of what exists today or what we consider normal, but it can become the norm, where you can go to school and learn all the subjects you have to learn, but also be able to be exposed to the things that move you, that you love. So whether you're an athlete or an artist, and there's a little bit of each in all of us, how far we want to explore that. And in fact, it's been proven. That's why we're going to do the extra with math. That music increases your ability to do math. Yet, when we look at funding, and I've been on the other side battling for funding to push into it for these things. The first things that in schools get cut out is the art classes and the music classes and the gym classes.
Jim, yep,
The
exactly.
teachers aren't necessarily trained at elementary level for all those things. And I can remember leaving the classroom to go to a different teacher for music, going to a different teacher for art. And slowly but surely, Handenarbeit and those things were moved or got less importance. But they are part of the 8 educational areas. So I think we have the system clearly written out, but we have to spend the money that comes with it. Because artists, you cannot get artists cheap. If you want a good teacher in front of the classroom for your art forms, you have to pay for that.
Exactly.
So that's something I also discussed with the minister, getting a little more subsidy to be able to pay for the type of what we need to fully develop the art department at the school. So it's expensive, but I think it can be done.
Exam results, from what I've understood, have not been up to par. Okay, it has been said that the school has been struggling with exam results because they are below an acceptable standard. I know, knowing you, you will be doing whatever needs to be done to bring them up to standard, up to par.
I think the first thing I would do is analyze the results that are being talked about and what has happened leading up to that. I know for sure this year the results would probably not be where it has been in the past, because though CBA has been an anomaly for a while, they have had good results in the past. And do you know when they had the best results? When they had the 6-year program running. So I want to back what I'm saying with empirical data. I'm going to go back and find this information because it's been said to me, but I need to see the data, look back at the results over the years, show what has worked, what hasn't worked. But I already got the okay from the minister to make the changes that I see are needed to get it back to what it was intended to be. So I don't think I need to back it up with too much, but I can for the record so that this kind of talk will, move from the landscape of St. Martin. I'm an alma mater of MPC. I could consider that I was an above average student. But a lot of people dropped out of MPC's higher levels based on whether it was language or based on that, how many underpunten, how many days, whatever, you're gone. Some or other, these children still make it to where they need to make it. The children that go to the sundial are told you're not at an academic school. The children at PSVE, now they have a new name, I can't remember it. And others, you're not academic, so you are not college material. But they go and they take GEDs, and whether it takes 3 months, 6 months, a year, or 2 years, and that's their goal, they achieve it. So how could we at 12, at 14, or at 15, 16 tell them, no, you're not academic material? The most you can do is maybe sell in a shop or cashier or whatever the case is, whatever the lower paying jobs are. I think it's unfair to them. We do have NEPA, yes, which business oriented and trade oriented and is needed, but you cannot tell every child, I have to become a tradesman or I have to become a whatever. And so many people start in these lower SBO levels of school, and then they go up to the next MBO and then HBO and whatever. But we don't have all those levels on the island. We do have a University of St. Martin. So you have that opportunity for our children as well. I feel never tell a child never. Find ways to make it happen. And we're doing that already. I have a couple of kids coming in for some summer, and that will become mandatory next year.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurance.
Are you SZV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SZV is cardless. Request your My SZV account today and enter the virtual office of SZV. Go to szv.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah. Your social health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com, SXM Daily News, PBS NewsHour, Now You Know, Com programs, documentary, entertainment, sports events, Saturday children's hours, religion programs, and movies. Click on SXM TV broadcast to see your favorite programs.
The sexual harassment case is the P&O makes a analysis investigation that I'm informed of, that the report has been made, and the report goes to the minister responsible for the ministry where that happened. So the report goes to the Minister of VSA in this case, and I understood that the report is now on the desk of the Minister of VSA. The ultimate decision is the prerogative of the minister in which ministry that incident took place. So I cannot overrule that minister because it's in his ministry. He got the report. He is actually now processing that report, and a decision will be taken by the Minister of VSA concerning. He is the minister with the ultimate authority to take a decision. What he has to do is he has to receive the report, and it's done by P&O in this case, but P&O will do it for all ministries. That is how it works. And with the report of P&O, he gets it. He can agree or disagree with the report, but at the end of the day, he has the authority, the prerogative to take the decision that he thinks is the best to get to a solution for this problem. So I'm awaiting now his ultimate end conclusion, and as I told you just now, I didn't have the opportunity yet to ask him where he is standing in that. And by the way, I did not receive the report because the report goes from P&O to the minister in which ministry it took place.
What I wanted to know is how many cases exactly, because I am hearing there are more than one filed by the prosecutor's office.
Yes. I cannot tell you exactly the amount, but I want to inform exactly for maybe perhaps one took place yesterday. I don't know. So I can just throw a figure that is incorrect. I for sure will want to come back on that one after asking my ministry this specific question.
Prime Minister, in keeping with the discussion about GB, so as we look at the cost to the consumers, there's of course the actual fuel cost and all of those things which you're currently looking at. But the other thing to look at is efficiency and the production side of it. So we spoke in the past about how the Netherlands made around 33 million euros available for sustainable energy projects development for St. Martin. Is this project going to be a government project, or are you going to sort of hand that money over to GB, or what is the future of sustainable alternative energies for St. Martin look like?
Very good question, Mr. Lee. That extra money that we have for redirecting the future sustainable energy for a country, and in this case, St. Martin, that is going to happen. We were busy with it, but we had this calamity of the energy crisis, and then we had, unfortunately, the passing away of the temporary manager, And then we were, and now still in the phase of finalizing the appointment of the C-suite of the organization. There is a lot going on now, while there are also reports there that has to be processed by the management team, the new management team. At the end of the day, it's about the future vision of alternative green energy for St. Martin. And secondly, combining this amount of funds with the future vision. And you asked me who is going to get that money. The money is, at the end of the day, the government is the shareholder and has the end responsibility of the government-owned company. And this money will not, just like that, in a wiring moment, just being wired to a GEBE. It will always go in a supervised way with accountability, with a timeline, with a significant plan of approach to realize all the ultimate targets that we need to make it more efficient and cheaper at the end of the day. That is what we all want, for it to be more efficient and cheaper for the people of St. Martin. But just giving this amount of money to GB and say, good luck with it, is not going to happen under supervision of this government.
So 2 clarifications.
Yeah.
So will you be then the point person in charge of how that money is going to be directed?
When it goes bad with GB, the community comes to me.
Okay.
So I better assume responsibility for this amount too, because at the end of the day, they will not go to GB, they will come to me, as they did with the energy crisis that I inherited when I went in office recently in May last year. So seeing the fact that always I'm the last one and the first one to approach when things go bad by GB, that means that I will have to draw my conclusion also and say, okay, if I'm the one with the broadest shoulder, let me also be brought in managing financial aid to GEBE for us to guarantee an effective way of dealing with community money. Let's put it that way, for wherever that fund comes from. At the end of the day, it's the people contributing for us to have energy. So we will make sure that we have a supervised approach towards whatever funding goes to GEBE.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com, SXM Daily News, PBS NewsHour, Now You Know, comm programs, documentary, entertainment, sports events, Saturday children's hours, religion programs, and movies. Click on SXM TV broadcast to see your favorite programs.
This was all on the sidelines as thousands of revelers hit the streets for Barbados' largest spectacle. The Flo Grand Kadooment was the center of attention as Bajans lined the streets or were glued to their televisions and radios. Our Anesta Henry has that report.
Beads, feathers, a beautiful array of colors, and waistlines cutting like razors created an exhilarating, epic cultural display, putting the icing on the cake of weeks of crop over festivities. Just after 8:30 a.m., bands started moving off from the helipad car park in Bridgetown, where revelers were getting into sections and the beverages, whether it be water or alcohol, started sharing. Among those revelers who started enjoying themselves from the time the jump started was Marilyn Seeley, Senior Manager of Communications at Flow, who says that they are thrilled to be part of this year's Cropover Festival.
Last year, we would have sponsored Grand Kadooment. This year, we even went bigger, covering and sponsoring a lot of the major events of the NCF, and culminating with obviously the Grand Kadooment today. So a great investment in Barbados, and we will continue to keep the rhythm flowing. We're in the business of connectivity. We connect communities, we connect our people, schools, businesses. So I think it's like a foregone conclusion that we'll be part of something like this.
Also among the revelers was Natalie Abrams, who said she was definitely feeling the heat of the day.
Hot, but I'm really glad to be out another year. There are a lot of people that didn't make it this year, so I'm very, very happy to be part of the festival as always. And Vita's a great band, great energy, great vibes, so I'm very, very happy to be here.
Prominent band leader Chetwin Stewart, whose Power by 4 was not on the road today, was spotted having a good time in another band.
It can be a good job, man. The sun is out, people are ready to go, drinks flowing, we can have a good time on the road.
Carrying their chairs, umbrellas and coolers, thousands of spectators lined the streets. Whether they came out as families or it was a one-man or one-woman show, the intention was to watch the bands and create memories in the heat.
It's extremely hot, really, really hot, but I'm having a grand time. Really enjoying the festive season. It's really good.
I'm having fun, and I'm going to even get more fun as I go along the road.
So you're walking the road?
Tripping a little bit. I know the sun is very warm, but I'm taking my pace at a time.
I like it very much. It's very lively. We like the costumes and everyone's happy. Yeah, it's very nice.
It's just something out of this world. It's the one chance we're going to get to see something, and it's so extravagant, and the colour, but the friendliness, it's amazing. Couldn't have expected many more. It's wonderful.
Well, you are Lily's Garden, Lily Cooling Garden, and we're having a wonderful time, and we want everything to remain nice and safe, and we feel the presence of the Barbados Police Force and the soldiers. It's a beautiful time having Barbados. Last year was beautiful, and this year is very, very good.
Selling snow cones, chicken wings, fish cakes, cotton candy, and beverages of all kind, vendors along the route were reaping sweet Kadooment Day sales.
The tourists, they want the pineapple, they want the orange, they want the cherry, they want the blue, and the coconut, along with the tamarind.
You can't complain?
No, I can't. It has been great, actually.
Last year, it was in between, but this year it's not bad at all. I get a great turnout.
Things pick up a lot. It pick up very much.
There was also a large gathering in Eagle Hall where members of the Togetherness social group and friends assembled under a large tent to watch the bands and enjoy a day of fellowship with lots of food, drinks, and laughter. Anesta Henry, CBC News.